So what's up, guys? This year it's been 5 years of me being on the YouTubes, and I thought it'd be fun to do a video explaining my story on YouTube and where I'm at now, what I hope to do in the future. Um, so I started YouTube back in 2017. The Power Rangers movie was the 2017 movie was the first movie I ever reviewed on YouTube. I had thought about doing YouTube before, and then I just finally did it. And yeah, so the reason I did YouTube is because if you look behind me, I love movies. Okay, huge fan, always have been my whole life. And where that started was, if you don't know, I am an amputee in real life. Not gonna get into the whole story of that. That could be its own video. But because of most of my life being from hospital to hospital room, in and out of school, not really having that sort of time to really make friends or things like that, and always kind of being a more awkward kid. Movies were all I had, basically. Before I collected Blu-rays and 4Ks, I always collected DVDs. I watch movies all the time. They're my favorite thing in the world. And my second favorite thing in the world is music. I'm a huge music fanatic too, but movies were always my first love. Music's always been my second. It's and music where that started too is like music for me was like you know I, we would travel out of town to these doctors because they're very special, oddly Pacific doctors. I had MP3 players, and I would just listen to like tons and tons of music loaded onto it. And my dad got me into a lot of the stuff that he grew up on because that's what he's into. So it's like 70s, 80s, rock and roll, man. And then it's like, and then from there I of course grew up, and then with that stuff, and then I was like, oh, these Beatles guys are pretty cool, and I discovered other artists like that on my own and other things like that. But that's just kind of where it all started for me. And so, I started doing YouTube, and I've changed a lot on YouTube. There's some older videos that are questionable that I will probably I'm gonna do some explain about that later in the video. But yeah, I reviewed that movie on an old channel, not this one. And yeah, and then I did YouTube for a couple years. I think it was 2018, 2019. Me and my friend decided that we were going to share a channel and make multiple videos for this channel. He's gonna make content. I'm gonna make content. And then he fell out of love with making content, and now it's just my channel, and I just only post on this channel. And that's kind of how it's been for the past 5 years, and I've changed a lot and advanced in a lot of my critiques. A lot of my older reviews I don't tend to stand by, and that's not because there aren't things that I say are accurate in that. It's that back in the day, I did listen to a lot of these channels that were like everything's woke and stuff and other things like that, and a lot of these channels that focus on tearing apart movies and not really showing love for movies. And it kind of made me fall out of love with movies, because what happened was is I actually made a pledge a while back to stop seeing Disney movies, and I realized and other things, and I just realized how much stuff I was just missing out on. And that's one thing I've really changed in the last 5 years, is I've made this channel focus on love and not hate. When I post a negative review, I don't feel good always afterwards, but at least I'm honest about it. But I try not to post negative reviews all the time. And if it's a negative review, it's because the movie's bad, and I have to be honest with that. I'm never gonna lie to you about a movie, but what I try to go into a movie and not just tear it down. I want to explain what doesn't work about it, why it doesn't work, and there we go. Um, I want to come from a place of love and passion, not from hate. Hate is when you're just ripping it to shreds just for the fun of it, and that's what a lot of people on this platform do. And I think that's why in the recent year and a half or so, I've been really able to grow an audience more than I've ever been before, because I am talking about the things I love and the things I care about. Before, also, what I was doing is I was trying to cover all these different shows and movies, and a lot of these things I didn't always care about, and that definitely affected some of the quality of my videos. And I've tried not to do that now. I try to only cover things I care about, and maybe with a mixture of some things that my audience probably cares more I talk about than I do, but I still want to talk about. And that's where I've been with the last 5 years of YouTube. I've really grown and advanced that. And that's what I hope to do in the future. I hope to review more things I care about. I'm hoping maybe towards the end of this year or early next year, I'm going to start doing all the Star Trek movies, which I love Star Trek. I want to really talk about that in depth. That's going to be great. I want to re-review the Star Wars movies because I didn't feel like I did a good job of that. I want to re-review all the Marvel movies because that was one that also came from a place of hate and not great. Talking points, but yeah, I want to do that. That's all gonna be fun stuff. I can't wait to do all that with you guys. But yeah, that's some things I look forward to. Now, I just kind of explain some of my older videos. So some of my videos I did were political take videos and other things. I'll just be honest. I live in a household where I'm not gonna say too much about this because I don't want to be calling anybody out, where I have family members who uphold certain political beliefs that are not great, election deniers, other things. Anyways, that sort of thing. I don't want to go too much into that, like I said, but I posted videos saying things about Trump and other things that were not great, and I regret that immensely. I've become more educated on those subjects and things like that. Same thing with my certain reviews I made related to the LGBTQ community. I've said some pretty not so great things and have some not some great videos. I do not. A lot of these videos are still up. Some of them aren't. I did go through and kind of just start deleting some of my old videos just because I didn't want them up anymore. But I also think it's okay that they're still up because at the end of the day, I should be held accountable for the negative things and the bad things that I did. But I stand by the fact that I was a stupid kid. I'm turning 20 next month. I'm learned better. I know better now. And I wouldn't do these things again. And that's just really all you can hope for someone. At the end of the day, most homophobia and bad takes and just stuff like that is born out of ignorance. And I am still ignorant on a lot of subjects, but I'm trying to be more educated on these things, and that's where I'm at with that. I'm really happy about that I've grown past that, so I don't look at those videos and just cringe. I look past those videos and kind of laugh and just be like, hey, it happened, I'm better now. But that's my 5-year YouTube story. I've been doing this for 5 years. I have a great job at a movie theater that allows me to review more movies than I've ever been able to do before. I'm able to really grow out this collection of things I love and just stuff that I really appreciate. I've been able to truly share a lot of my love and passion for things and make some cool friends through YouTube. I've been able to just really build something really cool, and it's been 5 years of this, and I really don't ever see myself stopping YouTube, because at the end of the day, I don't make money from this. I don't have millions or thousands of subscribers, though I could one day, who knows. But I just do this for fun. A lot of people have told me I should make thumbnails or do whatever. The reality is I just don't. Just because I do this as a hobby, I do this for fun. I work on doing these videos and have fun with it. I do some creative things with it, but for the most part, this is just a fun hobby that I do, and I don't want this ever to be something crazy I have to worry about where I'm editing stuff or whatever. If this ever became a job, that'd be great, but at the end of the day, I'm not working to make this a job. I'm just working to have fun. And this is my 5-year YouTube story. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.